Welcome back to Bill's Bets and Beers, and welcome back to another college football. Now it's week 12, one of the last weeks coming up. And again, got my boy Andrew Bannis over here. He is the college football guru. We're going through some week 12 top five matchups, some players to watch, Heisman watch, and then building a same game parlay at the end. Let's get this started. What's
I didn't
going
see
on,
you there.
man?
I didn't see you there. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So is this
Yeah, come
the
on. Is it
this is
Friday already? We're doing this
yeah
again. All
is
right.
this the last week before bowls, or is it like one of
No.
like
So what we got here um, is this week and next week are the last regular season games. The week after that, conference championships, and
mm,
then we get into bowl schedule.
oh, okay.
First in between that, we will award someone the Heisman. And I say
Okay,
we like I'm a part of it. I'm not, but it'd be cool if I was.
you're a committee member on the
Yep.
Heisman watch over there.
If only, if only. That'd be cool. So what's going on? Like, yeah, you want to talk some college here?
Yeah, I mean,
I got our co-host here. There she
yeah,
is.
got a co-host Kat. I mean, my talks about my book
She
right
always
now.
likes to make an appearance. Big attention seeker. All right, let's
Uh,
see.
so what
So
do you got for top five going
we want
on?
to talk top five games. Well, this week is interesting because next week is the last week of the regular season, and it's rivalry week. All these schools are
Mm,
rivals. A lot of fun. This
Michigan, Ohio, things like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Alabama, Auburn, and we'll be previewing all those when we get to next week. But this week's an interesting one because actually there's not any huge marquee matchups. So you might say, kind of a down week. But I have found in my history of watching college football, it's these kind of weeks where the crazy things happen. So I'm going to tell you some games I think could get a little crazy. Okay. And I like crazy. We're going to start with a game that I think could be a lot of fun, and that one is uh, North Carolina at Clemson. It's an ACC
Mm,
battle. Clemson's having a down year. Okay, um, they're 6-4 through 10 games. This is the worst they've been in about a decade at
okay.
this mark in the season. They're usually contending for the college football playoff. This year they've been long eliminated. Meanwhile, North Carolina 8-2, also not going to make the college football playoff. But here's why I like it. Drake May, you're an NFL guy. You're going to start hearing the name Drake May a lot soon. He could be on the Patriots next year. He could be on the Giants next year. The point is he'll be on a team next year. He'll be probably starting on a team because he'll be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. Drake May, North Carolina's quarterback, is good. He succeeded Sam Howell, who's with the Washington Commanders now.
Mhm.
He took over when Howell went to the Commanders. And I think Drake May is Howell's okay. I mean, he's a starter in the NFL and he puts up stats. Drake May has a chance to be even better than that. And I think he can be an immediate contributor at the next level. Well, we're not there yet. And that's why this game's interesting to me. How does he play against Clemson's defense, which I think is the reason Clemson's starting to turn things around? So that's my number 5 game. I think it's going to be a good one. Okay.
I was gonna say like that the shade throw towards Howell. I mean, he's up on top. He has like the most
That's
free.
what I mean. And Chad, I
His
watched Sam Howell once upon a time go toe to toe, touchdown for touchdown against the guy who was at Clemson. You might know his name is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Howell versus
he's
Lawrence,
putting up some.
good matchup.
Even though he's the Washington Commanders and the O line has been shaky for him, he's still putting up some pretty good lines.
Right.
I mean, he has some mistakes. I mean, as a Bills fan, we're used to quarterbacks making mistakes. So but
Right.
like the
He
stuff
looks
he's
like
been
a
doing over
poor
there,
man.
he's doing pretty good for the first year,
He
for the
looks like
first
a
year type
poor
of
man's
quarterback.
Josh Allen. And has a chance to get into that stratosphere with the right team around him.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. That's a good start though. I like who do you like for that game?
I think I like. You're gonna think I'm crazy. I think Clemson might upset him.
Yeah, the defense comes in,
I
does a
do.
little bit, changes his
Like
makes
Drake
it a little
May
bit more difficult
can
for
pick
him.
him apart. He's gonna help his draft stock.
Yeah, 12. You've had 11 games up to this point. You know what he's kind of doing, what they're kind of trying to do.
Yep. Yep. I'm excited. I'm excited to see that matchup. But that's only number 5. I'm going to give you my number 4 now. My number 4 is the number 1 team in the country, Georgia Bulldogs, going on the road to
Mhm.
play the Tennessee Volunteers.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. This is a rivalry, even though it's not,
Mhm.
because, like I said, like my father-in-law is die hard, die hard Bulls fan, and the most memes he ever posts is about Bulls fans saying, "This is my year. We're
Yeah.
gonna beat him." We're like, I feel like it's one of the most lopsided, like,
Let me just say this, though, about Tennessee. They're a top 25 team.
yeah, they're
A year
good.
ago, they beat Alabama. This year, they didn't beat Alabama. Could they do something even greater and beat Georgia?
That would what would a loss do to Georgia right now, though, to a team like that? Because it's still top 25, but
They'd be
it's
okay. They'd be okay. They would still be in the college football playoff, but it would now come down to the SEC championship game against Alabama. That would essentially become a playoff game to get to the playoff. Winning you're in, losing you're out.
mm. So okay, so it would put him in a situation where it's a win, where they would have to win to get in.
They'd have to win out if they
Yeah.
lose Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay, that's a very it's a tight space. I mean, do you think there's a chance? Like, I'm sure that line's probably pretty drastic with Vols versus them.
Yes. Yes.
I'm guessing it's more towards plus 20.
Let me take a look here. Georgia's up by 10. That's it.
Oh, 10, that's actually close compared to like what you think it would be.
That's close. Yep. Yeah, so that's going to be a fun one, but wait till you hear number 3. Number 3, Wake Forest is going on the road to Notre Dame.
Mm.
Why is this a good game? Both teams eliminated from playoff contention. Why is it exciting? Because I love a good narrative as the animals fight behind. I love a good narrative. They do too. Wake Forest is where Notre Dame's quarterback, Sam Hartman, played the first 4 years of his college career.
Mm.
As a
Okay.
fifth-year senior, he has transferred to Notre Dame. He is on pace to perhaps become the most prolific college football passer of all time. And ironically, he might break the record against his former team.
Okay, I see. I see the narratives. Narratives are growing.
Narrative, like he might end up breaking this long-standing record of 40 years as he plays his old teammates.
So how old is this? It's his 5th year or something like that, or
42.
the player? I'm saying like how old is this guy?
42.
He's 42 actually.
Nah, I'm messing with you. He's like
No
20.
way.
He's like 24, maybe.
So this is a 5th or 6th year, or is
Yeah.
like
Yep. Yep.
okay? And they're just, I mean, if you can get paid in college, I'd stay around in college till 30 if you're good enough.
Right.
Just keep
Right.
taking classes. What's going to stop them?
Like he's probably not going to be anything more than a backup in the NFL. He could be a backup, 5th round pick backup. But he's enjoying the collegiate life, and I respect that.
Could you imagine that though in college with the new NIL
Yeah.
and like where like people are like not good enough to be like pros, but
Mhm.
they're great in college, that they just love the college lifestyle and they just keep just going back to the same college.
You just
Like,
described Sam Hartman.
is there a cap? There's no cap on that,
There's
right?
no cap, baby. Just keep going.
Just keep going and getting NILs.
Um, now, my number 2 game of the week is actually an early rivalry game. Okay, this is gonna be a fun one because
Mhm.
for the first time in a long time, they are both ranked in the top 25. Kansas State is going on the road against Kansas.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
It's almost like rivalry week thing because I feel like
Yeah,
that'd be their rival
they're
at that
both
point, right?
7-3, and they're both trying to be the king of Kansas. So this will help
Mhm.
determine whether they are or not. This will be for the title of best team in Kansas. Why do we in New York care? Well, it's just kind of cool. You know, I think it's interesting.
Well, it's definitely throwing something on. It's like if Iowa versus Iowa State being like if they were good, both good, be like king of the corn. Who's the cream of the crop?
For
Yeah,
Kansas,
all the lines coming out of there.
who's the king of the yellow brick road? We're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's
All right.
good. I like that.
My number one team of the week, game of the week, excuse me, is going to be Washington on the road against Oregon State. Here's why it's interesting, Chad. Washington's the number 5 team in the country. They're 10-0. They're led by Heisman frontrunner Michael Penix Jr. They have not lost a game this year. Widely considered to be one of the best teams in the country, a team that actually could win the whole thing, potentially. They're going on the road against an 8-2 Oregon State team that is ranked number
And they
11.
faced earlier too.
But here's why it's really impressive. Despite being number 5, despite being 10-0, Washington going on the road is the underdog. Oregon State with 2 losses is favored by 1 point.
So you're hammering that line for the
Hammer.
Washington.
Yes. Vegas knows something we don't. And that's where it gets interesting.
Are they sending women to their rooms before the big game?
See, and that's the question. Those are the kind of conspiracies we got to think about. Something's going on.
Are they making them pushing the narrative that it's okay just to have a couple drinks before the next game? And it's one.
Potentially.
You guys are 10-0. We go 10-1. Doesn't matter.
Potentially something is going on in Washington. And those are my top 5 games of the week. Next week's rivalry week, that's going to be a lot of fun. But trust me, chaos will emerge out of this weekend. I guarantee it.
Oh, if you think if the Georgia Bulldogs don't cover, that's wild. If they don't win, that's gonna be. I think that's gonna shake up the most.
And we're gonna stick a fork in that. We're gonna come back to it when you make
Yeah.
a few bets. But in the meantime, you want to hear my Heisman?
Oh, I got someone else. Players, you got some players to watch this game.
Some players to watch.
And we're
Big
rolling the Heisman, obviously.
Big one I want you to keep an eye on, as I already mentioned, Sam Hartman. Does he break the record against his former team? That's the big one to watch. Another quick hitter, Drake May, I brought up, North Carolina quarterback. How's he do against Clemson's defense? And is it enough to convince NFL analysts that perhaps
He's a top 5 pick.
he should be the number 1 pick over Caleb Williams, maybe?
How's Caleb been playing last week now?
Caleb's playing good, but he's playing on a team that's struggling. But he himself is playing good enough that I don't know if he's lost it yet. That number 1. I'm going to give you 2 other names that I think you should keep a close eye on this week. One is Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroy. So all of a sudden, he's coming along, and he looks like Jalen Hurts 2.0 for Alabama's offense. I'm starting to think potentially he could be a guy that does something similar as far as getting to the NFL and becoming a starter.
Okay.
So there's a guy, Jalen Milroy. One more person I want you to keep a close eye on this weekend. Close eye on. Marvin Harrison Jr.
The wide receiver, right?
Receiver at Ohio State. Because I do think there's a chance he can win the Heisman. He had 3 total touchdowns last week as a receiver. He's the best part of their offense. He's the best receiver in the country. If he goes off against Minnesota, he might seal the Heisman this week.
Interesting. So okay. So let's roll that into Heisman because
let's roll that.
Since the talk's going that route, anyways, we're just going down the road.
Here's the guys I've told you about: Michael Penix Jr., Washington quarterback. He's going to be a front runner. Marvin Harrison Jr., Ohio State receiver. He's going to be a front runner. Here's a name you haven't heard me say yet tonight, but he needs to be on this list. Right now, he is the odds-on favorite if you look at all the betting sites. His name is Bo Nix, and he's the quarterback for Oregon. He's the best quarterback Oregon has had since a guy named Justin Herbert.
So my question: Are these? Has there not been any like standoutish like running backs in college this year?
The best one is named Ollie Gordon. He plays for Oklahoma State. Ollie had a rough game last week, and because of that, I think he has been eliminated. He was probably the best running back
Okay.
for the list. One other good one is Blake Corum. He's a running back at Michigan. He's very good.
Okay, I was gonna say because usually, I mean, yeah, there are some wide receivers, but it seems like it's either a running back or a quarterback that's
I'm going
getting
to tell
these
you right now,
Heisman's.
Chad, I'm going to name 4 names, and I'm going to guarantee one of them wins the Heisman. Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr., Marvin Harrison Jr., and we'll say, how about J.J. McCarthy, Michigan quarterback? One of those
So,
4 is going to be your
but
Heisman.
do you think Penix is in the front running? You said.
Right now, if you look at the Vegas odds, Bo Nix is the front runner.
Well, who do you think is off? Not going
I
off.
think it's Penix. I think it's actually going to come down to a really fun scenario. I think it's going to come down to assuming Marvin Harrison doesn't continue to go off and he actually doesn't win it. It's going to come down to Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix. And the reason that's going to be fun is those two are slated to play each other again in the Pac-12 championship. So the Pac-12
So
championship might end up being not just decide the championship, it might decide
the
which
Heisman.
goes to the playoff and which quarterback wins the Heisman. You might watch the best quarterbacks in college duel out against each other, and the winner go the spoils.
That's interesting. And if a wide receiver wins it, that's also historic because that hasn't happened since you said like 72 or something like that.
Right, right.
So I mean,
Chad, it's like this, okay? At the collegiate level, these guys are amazing, but there's only a few that stand out. That you're like that guy could be special at the next level. So the quarterbacks I'm listing to you, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, those are the guys I think go to the NFL and do do relatively well. I think some could end up being bust, some not, but it's like you have to show it to me on Saturdays before I believe you can do it on Sundays. If you can do it on Saturdays, you can do it on Sundays, But if you
yeah,
can't do it Saturdays, it's not going to work Sundays. If you can dodge a ball, if you could dodge a wrench, you can dodge
you
a
touch the
ball,
ball. Yeah.
right? That's the saying. And that's how I feel about this.
No, I got it. They're dodging cars out there, practicing
Right.
for the
They're
field.
dodging wrenches, baby. Left and whoa. Did you see that? Wrench just
Over your head.
yeah.
No, I get that. So we got Penix as the like. I think we got Penix as your front runner. With a sneaky wide receiver coming up, Pittman Jr.
Bo Nix,
And
baby. Don't
and
sleep
then
on Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, if he has a giant 2 games coming up
One other
into it.
dark horse, and I don't think he's eliminated yet, despite his team having 3 losses, because he's putting up unbelievable stats, is Jaden Daniels, the quarterback for LSU. But he might be out because his team's lost too much, and yet he's so good. He's so good. He's the best quarterback LSU has had since Joe Burrow. Bo Nix is the best quarterback Oregon's had since Justin Herbert.
Okay, I see that.
Okay, let's do some parlays, bro.
Yes, let's build something real quick. Let's get my little presentation up. I had this up a little bit. Okay, I'm already in this stuff anyway, so I was just creeping through it earlier.
Let's take a look. Okay.
So we got our that
Get
game's
out of
going.
that game stinks. Okay. Michigan is
You
favored.
want plus 2,000 on that?
Michigan is favored by what? 19.
19
And I do not like it.
against Maryland.
Stay away. Stay away. They're Harbaugh's out. Maryland has Tua's little brother running the show. He's pretty good. Stay away.
You don't think that goes over under at all, or like
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. I'll tell you one to look at.
Rutgers, Penn State? What do you think?
I don't like it. Stay away.
Can't score over 40 though. Is it that close of a game?
I think it's going to be the one I want you to look at is I want you to go down and see Louisville versus Miami.
Yeah.
See how Miami's favored by 1.
Yeah.
Hammer Miami. Hammer them.
Do that.
Louisville
You
has been
think
up and down all year.
it's a high scoring game, or is that like a?
I think it's both teams are in the 20s. I think that line is pretty good. That over under line.
Yeah, I won't touch it then.
Yeah.
I'll usually throw an extra shit in there just for
Well, you know
just
what
for
else I
fun.
want you to hammer? See how Oklahoma's favored by 24.5?
Yeah,
They're gonna win by 30. Hammer it.
by 30.
BYU is not good. That's a blowout. I'm telling you.
That over has been interesting then. If they're winning by 30, the other team's at least scoring something. But okay.
Trust and believe.
No, I believe you. I believe you. How about the Ole Miss ULM?
Take it to don't even touch it. Keep rolling.
37.5. Holy
I'll tell you
shit.
what to mess with. I'll tell you which one to mess with.
There's that. Wasn't Indiana on one of the last couple ones we're doing?
Don't even touch them. I'll keep scrolling. I got something in store for you.
Do you think they're high scoring though?
No, I think they're bad. I think that's two bad teams.
Okay.
I'll know it when I see it.
Appalachian State, James Madison.
Yeah, don't touch that. I don't even know
I
where
don't even know who they are.
I don't even know where those are. Those might be made up colleges.
Hawaii? Why?
Yeah. Oh, Wyoming. Our boy.
Yeah, they're 13.5. Hawaii? What the hell team
You
they
know
got?
what?
Man.
Out of respect for Josh Allen,
I gotta just go
hammer
Wyoming.
it. Hammer
You
it.
gotta just go Wyoming. I mean,
For
they
respect.
can't be that bad. They can't be that bad.
Actually, Wyoming's usually decent.
Yeah, they got there. And if it looks like it's at Wyoming, right? That's how that goes. Top is the
put Wyoming on the map.
Top is the visitor team, right? When they
Yeah.
do that?
Yep. Bottom is home.
Oh, you're going Hawaii to Wyoming in November? Oh,
They're not ready.
They're not ready for the cold.
They're not ready. I got one more for you. See,
Utah, Arizona.
Yep. I want you to take Arizona.
Okay. And last couple times I've seen Cincinnati play, the teams they face, they put up big points. It looks like. Does that? I mean, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't watch it that much, but like I've looked at the scores.
Is a no-go. They play like the Bengals without Joe Burrow, but all the time they stink.
Yeah, it just seems like they're always putting up points for some reason. So you like that? Isn't the Colorado State the? No, it's Colorado. Never mind. Yeah, Nevada, Duke, Virginia.
No go. There it is, Georgia, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
And you know what to do. Take the Bulldogs big.
You gotta take them. I mean, they'll be a giant upset if they don't crush it.
And they're gonna win by 20.
You think it's like Vols are scoring at all on this game?
Yeah, but they're not scoring much. It's gonna be 30-10, Georgia. 30 to 10.
Would it be like a hammer the under then?
Hammer the under. This won't be
I'll do that.
This won't be a shootout. Georgia wins comfortably, but it's low scoring.
And there's our next ones. North Carolina, Clemson. And you were all in you're a Clemson all the way. So
stay away from that one. Go to Wake Forest, Notre Dame. And here's what I want you to do.
You want to do Wake Forest plus 24.5? Is that close enough?
I think they get up because they want to beat their old quarterback. This
is interesting right here.
That's the Battle of LA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I was messing around watching some like Ninja Warrior crap, and I was like, the colleges was like this whole UCLA, USC thing. That's a big rivalry between them.
Yeah.
Before rivalry weekend.
I'm gonna call this a get right game for Caleb. USC wins, and not only do they win, they cover.
They win and cover. I mean, it's only 5 points, and that's college. That's a big number, though. Well, not really. If they're shooting out 30.
Oh, it's gonna be a shootout. It'll be a shootout. Last year, these two teams played. It was 45-42.
Oh
Fine.
Jesus!
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot that over then. I don't care if they're doing that. I'm shooting the over,
Yep.
hands down.
And that's it, Chad. That's a good. There you go. That's a good stuff for a
Oh,
good week.
it's a
I want
9
to ask
parlay.
you a question before we say goodnight here. Lock
Yeah,
those
what's going
bets,
on?
and I have an important question for you, my main man.
I'm sorry. I'm just touched. I'm just looking at this.
Don't touch it.
Oregon, Arizona. No, I can't touch this. I just put something. Wait, what's going on?
What's the best sports movie ever made?
Sports movie. Plenty. Because like I like football. Football's good. They got a lot of heart and soul and what they got going for them. But like, I mean, for me, it's between a football and a baseball. Because baseball is like it's the hope. It's
Field
like
of Dreams.
like feel the yeah that and like the the one that oh shit Charlie Sheen played in. I
Major
think it
League.
was it. The Major Leagues. That shit was funny as shit. You can't like
That is
like
good. But
like
the
but
answer, my friend, is an easy one. Because if you can dodge a wrench,
oh dodgeball. Yeah, I like that one. You got to do it.
you can dodge a ball.
If you can dodge car, you can dodge. If you can dodge a car, you can dodge a ball. You know, you guys gotta do it. So I'm gonna put like at least $2 on this. You know what?
Goes in. This one goes out to Ben Stiller.
I mean, he played an excellent role in that movie.
Yeah, he was good at it.
I'll give him that. That was excellent of how he did that role. And you know, you can't. It to me, that's a hard role to do. Like that's like a
He should have won an Emmy, an Oscar. He should have won an Oscar.
like. I mean, could, how do you not
He
laugh
was
at this
robbed,
part?
Chad.
You're just sitting there. You just eat ice cream. Next minute, you're just a fat blob after all that stuff. I mean, like going from like I don't know. It's wild. That whole movie. I mean, I know it's a
It makes
comedy, but it's
no
great.
sense that he didn't win more awards.
I think he should. I mean, I think he has shown that he can do this role, this role, this role, this role. I mean, I mean, okay, this movie is definitely like controversial now, but like Tropic Thunder. I mean,
That was good.
that was. I mean,
That was good.
You were acting within a movie. You're acting in a movie within a
In
movie.
a movie. That's really good.
Like it's just you can't make that up.
Nope.
Like, and like I said, like he's done a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
I love the
next
music.
week when we preview rivalry week, add in a section, we're gonna break down the top 3 best sports movies ever made.
Definitely. I mean, like, yeah. I'm a big Adam Sandler fan. I mean, I can't put Waterboy because it's not really sports. Well,
Right.
you know, it is, but it's not. I mean, I guess like I said, I'll look at my categories in my head at that point. But
We're gonna break it down next week. That's a little tease for the audience. We're breaking it down.
okay, definitely.
My man. Good time.
See ya. Get some sleep, man.
Yeah, you too, bro. Great times, man. Enjoy the weekend. Go college. Go Bills. Go
Well,
Bet.
I'll be at the game Sunday. So.
Oh, good. All right. Go Bills. Go Bets and go Beers.
Oh, exactly.
And go Chad.
Yeah, I'll see you. I'm taking Monday off, so I'll see you Tuesday, man.
Sounds good. Keep dodging those wrenches.
Oh, yeah, will. I'm pretty agile over here.
All right, man.
See you.
See you, bro.
Okay, that was her boy Andrew over there, Andrew Bannis, the big bad college know-it-all over there. Honestly, he knows a lot about football. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'll be going to the game. I'll probably drop in my Bills versus Jets preview tomorrow. Couldn't get anyone with me, but go Bills, and I'm out.